For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. For all No Identity merchandise, hats, hoodies and t-shirts, follow the link in the description down below to the No Identity Fan Fibre website. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 5 of Season 5 here in the Career Mode RTG. We start today with a game away from home against Rosenborg in our first ever European game. However, it's not the group stage of the Champions League, it's only the 4th qualifying round, so it is vital that we get ourselves through these 2 legs and get ourselves into the group stage and the Champions League proper. So we'll be playing Rosenborg and Leicester today, then we'll play the second leg and Tottenham tomorrow, where the transfer window will end. Speaking of the transfer window, we've added a few people to the shortlist as per your suggestions for the striker role. Of course, we're waiting for Joel Asoro to move on. If we don't get a bid in for him, then I may take on board what a number of you said and perhaps just use him in a swap deal. We might not benefit financially from that, and it might be a case of swapping a £55 million player for a £35 million player, but it would mean that we get the transfer done, so I'm not too fussed about that. I left Jonathan Tah and Emre Can on the shortlist because their contracts expire in 11 months' time, so come January we might be able to pick up one of them on a free for next season. Heung-min Son, I added there. He's been playing a lot at striker for Tottenham this year, and I think he'd be very good at striker. So I've added him to the list, and we're scouting him. A number of these are added thanks to your suggestions in the comment section of the previous few episodes. So Nabil Fekir is there, down as a right winger, but can play at striker and definitely has the stats to be able to play at striker. Can he play it? Yeah, and he can play at striker as well, according to his player information, which is good. Actually, does it say Heung-min Son can do that as well? It doesn't, just right mid, left mid, but obviously we know he can play at striker. Kelechi is still here on the shortlist as well. Alvaro Morata is also still here on the shortlist. I've added Mbaye Niang, currently at Newcastle, 84 rated, very, very quick. And of course, as you can see, could do with a little bit of training with regards to his finishing, but obviously we could do that for him. Luciano Vieto is also on the list. He's a little bit quicker than he was, and also his contract is expiring. So if we aren't able to get him now, we might be able to pick him up in January on a free for next season, for Season 6. We'll have to wait and see. It does look very, very good, though, at 85 rated. Angel Correa, now at Dortmund, not at Atletico Madrid, but those stats for a striker, unbelievable. £42.5 million is his valuation. His contract is expiring also. So another player that if we're unsuccessful in this window, we could perhaps look at in January. Alassane Player is also on the shortlist as per your suggestion. He's being scouted currently. Antonio Sanabria also on the shortlist as per your suggestion. 85 rated at 23 years of age. Currently at Tottenham. Obviously we played with him in the My Player at Real Betis, so we know how good he is. Harry Kane is on the list as well, although ridiculously expensive at £62.5 million, 90 rated now in game, which is superb. Mauro Icardi also on the shortlist, 87 rated now. Wolfsburg, not at Inter Milan, but still 95 finishing. He's extremely good. Manolo Gabbiadini, obviously in real life he's now at Southampton. In game he's still at Napoli, and I would consider picking him up. Obviously proved to be a very good goal scorer at Napoli, and subsequently since moving to Southampton has been superb for them in the Premier League. So we'd contemplate picking up him. Andrea Bellotti is another player that's kind of making a name for himself in real life right now at Torino. Not the best of strikers, but someone we could look at. Fedor Smolov don't know whether it's Smolov or Smolov, presumably Smolov, but I might be wrong, is currently at Arsenal. £29 million is his valuation. I'm scouting him currently. His contract too could expire, but he would kind of be like a one-season guy, considering he's 29 years of age. I have added Rashford to the shortlist, but he only recently went to West Ham in the January of last season, and considering we've already signed Renato Sanchez, I don't really want to be even more stereotypical and go out and buy Marcus Rashford as well. But I added him in the transfer list just to remind me to make that point to you. He's recently moved to West Ham. Everybody signs Rashford, everybody signs Renato Sanchez. We've already signed Sanchez, let's not sign Rashford as well. Martin Braithwaite is on the shortlist though, moved from Toulouse to Real Betis in this save so far. 28 years of age, very, very fast, decent on the ball. We could perhaps train his finishing. Gregoire Defrel is another player that was suggested by you guys. Very, very fast, decent finishing as well, apparently, but waiting for the scout report to come back on him. And Nicola Sansone, formerly of Villarreal, now at Manchester City in game, and obviously down as a left winger, but can play at striker, I believe. Yes, can play on the other side of midfield as well, so perhaps would be a decent squad player to bring in, perhaps, but we'll have to wait and see. All of this, of course, depends on whether we can or cannot sell Joel Asoro. He's still currently transfer listed, and the only player to be, I believe, at this present moment in time, yes. 21 years of age, 84 rated, £55 million is his valuation, but only on £3,100 a week. So we'll move Asoro on if we can with regards to cash deal. If we can't, then we'll just try a straight swap with someone, because he's good enough to warrant teams accepting a straight swap. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens, but I'm starting a full-strength side against Rosenborg, and I'll play a rotation side against Leicester in the league, because obviously at this stage of the season the Champions League is far superior in its importance to us than the Premier League, especially after we were able to pick up a victory against Chelsea in the first game of the league season in the last episode. So we will try our absolute best here against Rosenborg, start the same team that played against Chelsea, and hopefully they can come away with a victory as we did at Stamford Bridge. I'm nervous because it's our first game in international football, in European football, in this save, but we have played some European teams in pre-season previously and come out okay, so fingers crossed everything goes well. Drop the video a like if you enjoy, subscribe to the channel too if you haven't to this point, so you don't miss out on any more of this series. A new series will be starting this coming Saturday as well, the vote for which is ongoing, so check the channel page for part 2 of the career mode vote and go and have your say over there. But for now, let's jump into this game against Rosenborg and see if we can't get ourselves a very strong away leg win. Navarrete back to Sanchez. In there to Greco. Good first touch. Just working to get away from the defenders. Oh, picked off well. Heavy touch though. Paredes gets the foot in. Weiss is there to recover. Paredes to Navarrete to Lozano. Navarrete has gone again. I've got Paredes running around me as well. We're going to find Nicola Greco, who gives us a 1-0 lead. After just 14 minutes, we are in front away from home. That's exactly what we needed. Good strength shown by Lozano there to hold off 2 people. Gets into Greco, and it's a decent finish actually. He hasn't scored many for us in his career so far, Nicola Greco. There have been a few calls in the comment section for us to sell him on, and his future at the club this time 12 months ago in game, his future at the club was in question, and we thought about selling him, but you guys decided that we should keep hold of him, and we have done. But again, his future is being questioned. But if he can continue to have that sort of impact on games, then I think his future at the club will be pretty certain. He's staying. We do have Mbappe, of course, as backup currently already. That was a rather poor touch as I start singing his praises there, Nicola Greco. Eric Dyer, by the way, is starting this game at centre-back ahead of Elliot Bennett. So Eric Dyer making his debut here for us in international. I keep saying international. I guess it is international competition of sorts, but in European competition. So Lozano again showing good strength. So Eric Dyer playing for the first time in a Cambridge United shirt. Renato Sanchez, of course, playing for the second time in a Cambridge United shirt. After, we might be able to get himself his first goal in a Cambridge United shirt, but unfortunately past the post. Playing very, very well in this one so far. Rosenborg struggling. Lozano back to Navarrete. Navarrete. Get your vowels the right way around, Ches. Lozano races onto that really well, and he's turning side well. I just need someone to pass to. We found Mitchell Weiser, whose shot is well blocked by the Rosenborg defenders, and they've just gotten rid of that. Still only the 1-0 here, 5 minutes before half-time, but we are still pushing very hard for that second goal. And I could play in Greco. He could perhaps get his second goal here. The shot is away, but pulled it past the post, unfortunately. Just the 1-0 still. Sanchez, crosshead to Greco, spins well and holds off the defender. Try a little fake Rabona just to work some space. Get it back inside. There is Paredes. There's Navarrete. Roll the defender. Oh, nicely done, Lino. Fire that tops. Again, good save by the keeper and well held at the second attempt as well. Navarrete's had 2 good opportunities now to extend our lead, but he hasn't been able to take either of them thanks to good saves from their keeper. That wasn't a foul either from Kieran Trippier. It's a good solid tackle. The man ended up on the floor, but it definitely was a legal challenge. We'll get this around the corner to Lozano. And Navarrete went again, but I just didn't feel like I could find him there. I can do now, though. Navarrete spins again. And for a third time, he's in behind. And for a third time, the keeper saves. Still 1-0. Paradise. In there to Mitchell Visor. Runners were in both. Oh, never mind. Visor too. I was going to say runners in both Lozano and Navarrete making the same run down the right-hand side of the box. But Navarrete, everything's gone through him today in this game. He's been absolutely superb. Pulls that back into Mitchell Visor. It's actually a 1-2. And then Visor take a touch to settle himself and buries it in the back of the net. Someone was mentioning in the comment section that Visor's finishing isn't perhaps as good as it should be. But if he's going to pop up with goals like that, perhaps it is good enough. 2-0 Cambridge. Ball floated in. Sanchez heads away. Jamie McLaren has just come on and immediately being involved. Greco try and draw that defender to me to open up the space for Renato Sanchez in behind. And he's stretching his legs here. Trying to step over and a turn inside, which has worked well. A couple of people around me. Renato Sanchez will look for the ball into Jamie McLaren, who very nearly scores. It's going to drop back to Renato, whose shot is well saved. Mbappe keeps that in, but can't find a teammate by drilling it back into the middle. We could have been out of sight in this game. We've had so many chances. Rosenborg just haven't been able to deal with us at all. Lottout will look to bend this ball in. It's a great delivery. And, well, Jamie McLaren has gone for a header as the ball hits him in the stomach. Didn't quite get his technique there, right? I didn't quite get his technique right there, I don't think. Neither did I get my commentary right there, but never mind. 60 seconds to go, plus stoppage time. We are most definitely going to be getting a victory in this first leg. Will it be enough, though, to get us the victory overall? I'd like to think we'll get a win back at the Abbey in the second leg, but only time will tell, of course. After this one, back to the transfer window, and then to take on Leicester in the Premier League. Final whistle not too long in coming now, and should come momentarily, I think, as I build this move forward. He says, yes, there we go. Right then, back to the transfer window, and then to take on Leicester in the Premier League, looking for another win. Sergi Dada has moved to Dortmund for £37.5 million. A transfer offer for Aidan Murphy. Unexpected, I have to be honest. Didn't think anyone would be interested in him yet, but unfortunately for Manchester United, I will be rejecting all further offers. It's not worth much at this present moment in time, but has the potential to become a very, very good player. I will start training people once we get outside of the transfer window. Serge Aurier apparently has thrown in a transfer request. That's interesting. I wonder how old Serge Aurier is. Is he in his mid to late 20s? I'm not sure. I can't afford him currently. Although I could. Where are you, Serge? He's 26. He's at Man City. Oh, Jeepson. He's... Christ. 88 rated. He's put in a transfer request. I mean, I'd be open to... I don't know what Bradley Halliday's valued at, to be honest. I'd be open to swapping Bradley Halliday for Serge Aurier, but I don't think Bradley Halliday is valued anywhere near high enough. Where are you, Bradley? To be fair, 28.5 million. But there's absolutely no way I'd be able to afford his wages. 220 grand a week, not a chance. Oh well, it's a shame that we haven't got the money for that, because that'd be an unbelievable signing to pick him up at right back. Never mind, we'll push further forward then into this game against Leicester. I will play a slightly rotated side here at home in the Premier League, although now we have that strong 2-goal lead against Rosenborg and 2 away goals as well. I won't need to rotate quite so heavily because we can be confident that we're going to make it through in the next round. I actually put, let's start Davinson Sanchez and, where's Bennett? What did I do with Bennett? Did I take him out? I put him somewhere. Where are you? There you are. So, yeah, we'll rotate a little bit, but I'm not going to need to rotate massively. We'll keep Navarrete in because he's been superb. We'll throw Asoro in, and we'll give Zedos a game as well. And we'll put Antonio on the bench. And we'll give Halliday a game too. But other than that, I think I'll leave the team as it was. Actually, maybe we'll give Rico Henry a game at left back. He's not played for a while. Obviously, spent last year out on loan. And we'll throw Aidan Murphy on the shortlist. On the... Actually, yeah, let's do it like that. Go on then. I'm just kind of talking to myself now. I'm convincing myself that that's the right thing to do. Right, Leicester at home in the Premier League. Navarrete. Look there for Joel Asoro. And fire that immediately right into the top corner. Absolute stunner from Joel Asoro. We are 3 minutes in here at home against Leicester. And that is the perfect start. Navarrete just slotting it into Joel Asoro. Another assist for Navarrete, and that is a great strike. He has got 93 finishing and 99 shot power, so it's no real surprise that it flew into the top corner like that. But Cambridge won, Leicester 0 very early on. Sanchez into Eric Dyer, who's pushed forward into CDM for this game. Navarrete into Mbappe, out to Rico Henry. Well, it wasn't meant for Navarrete. We will then get it to Sanchez though. And Zedos got the run there of Eric Dyer. Could return it to him. And for 2, it's 2-0 Cambridge. We are on fire right now. Cambridge 2, Leicester 0 after just 10 minutes. Absolutely destroying Leicester City. Obviously they won the league in real life last season, but have been pretty damned poor in the Premier League this year. And so far in this game, they've been pretty damned poor here as well, despite having Musa and Vardy up top. Although, to be fair, Jamie Vardy is 32 now in this save, and his stats have quite considerably dropped off. Renato will reach Navarrete, who could slot through Joel Osoro. I mean, come on. This is silly, Leicester. What's going on? They just can't cope with us. 3-0 after 14 minutes. What's going on, Leicester? You're actually falling apart right now. I don't understand why they're so bad. The keeper, it wasn't that far into the corner. He's just... I mean, maybe it was the shot power that beat him. It must have been Ron Robert Zieler. That's probably the best start to any game ever. Is Jamie Vardy in behind? At least he was in behind. Across to Hernan. Oh my word. Well, what a goal. This game is mental. 24 minutes in, it's 3-1. And that's probably the best goal of the lot. Jamie Vardy in behind, just lays it sideways. And, well, that is a thunder strike. It's a brilliant goal from Hernan. I can't quite believe he's just gone and done that. Musa into Albrighton. Holds me off well. Not once but twice. I thought I'd given away a foul there. Albrighton, stop it. Bradley Halliday just cannot get the ball off him. Maybe Zedos can have a crack now. He's gone back to Chilwell. Ben Chilwell inside there to Nempalis Mendy. To Mark Albrighton. If they end up scoring another screamer, I will be livid. Is that a foul? Hello, ref. Are you alright? Why can't I tackle Mark Albrighton? Across to Hernan. Wow. Why has it taken Leicester going 3-0 down for them to actually turn up? I could not tackle Mark Albrighton there to save my life. And Hernan really should have made that 3-2. Claudio Ranieri is incensed. Dyer intercepts that. Osoro just knocks it back. We'll go for the 1-2. But Luis Hernandez, is that a foul? The referee is not giving many fouls in this game. I might start to get a little bit more aggressive with Leicester with the way that I'm trying to get the ball off them, because they've been playing the ball about really nicely recently, and the referee seemingly doesn't want to give many fouls. Here's where I got a little bit carried away there. Oh, they very nearly scored a second again. Leicester had to go 3-0 down in 15 minutes for them to actually start playing football. If it weren't for that diabolical start, they'd probably still be in this game. But with it, although to be fair, the way they're creating chances, they probably are still in this game. But if I get a fourth, God, come on, Navarrete, you're 90 rated. What are you doing that for? If I do get a fourth, I would like to think that that's game over. Although I do have a defensive collapse in me. It has happened from time to time. It's a lovely ball down the line. Zedos in there to Dyer. Cross to Osoro. Under control well. Oh, he's past the defender. Oh, what a save from Ron Robert Zieler. That was unbelievable. If only he could have done that for the 2 shots that Osoro had in the first half. That's another good ball in, but keeper's going to get there again. This has been an unbelievable game. I thought initially that things were getting a little bit silly with the way that we went 3-0 up. But since then, Leicester have actually played very, very well indeed. When the third went in, I was a little bit like, maybe I need to up the difficulty level here, even though I can't because it's on Legendary. I would have had to have started to go into adjusting sliders, etc. But since that third goal went in, Leicester have been the better team. And they scored that thunderstrike with Hernan. And to be fair, that caused me problems throughout the rest of the game. So we'll have to wait and see how the final 25 minutes go. They've got a corner here. And Wes Morgan will probably win that. But I think it was Eric Dyer that won the initial header. Here's Ahmed Musa. He could get the ball into the box. His footwork is quite good. But straight at Watson. 25 minutes to go. Still 3-1. Nice tackle by Rico Henry. Osoro's got a number of people in front of him. So I'm just going to go sideways. Eric Dyer. Oh! I thought for a moment he was going to score a wonder goal to score his first for the team, but that just wide of the target. How close was it? Decent effort, was bending back towards goal, but not quite enough. A good foot wide, unfortunately. That would have been a hell of a fourth. Win that header. Well up, Eric. Just lay that back there to Navarrete. Could poke through Joel Osoro. Here's where that 99 pace and acceleration comes in handy, but Zila with the save. Still on for that hat-trick, Joel Osoro. Corner comes in from Navarrete, and Zila's only punched it. Bennett will get it back into the area, and Dyer, for the second time, comes very close to scoring an extremely good goal. The technique there, superb. Unfortunately, not quite on target. If he does well there, and we can set Antonio away. He's got Nampalys Mendy with him, twisting one way then the other. He's not to be fooled. Squeeze that through there to Eric Dyer, lay it across this far side, and Mbappe, great block by Danny Drinkwater. We're looking for that fourth still. We've been looking for the fourth since the 14th minute, and it still hasn't come. Back out there, we'll loft it back in first time. It's a decent delivery, but everybody in the box has just disappeared. But he's somehow found Davinson Sanchez, and that needed tipping over from Robert Zila. This has been an unbelievable game. Chances are plenty at both ends of the pitch. Luis Hernandez heads that away, and I think when it goes out, that will be full time. So a 3-1 victory here against Leicester. As we mentioned, when we immediately just flew into a 3-goal lead, I was starting to think, maybe things are getting a little bit too easy with the squad we have on Legendary. But Leicester proved me wrong. They came back fighting hard. I think we just got slightly lucky with the way that those 3 goals came about, with some rather unfortunate defensive positioning from the Leicester City backline. Hernan rifled one in from 25-30 yards, and then they came close to scoring a couple more. We also came close to scoring a couple more, so a 3-1 win against Leicester. Let's see if anything happens in the transfer window when we get back. But Joel Osoro hopefully has put himself in the shop window there. Please tell me one of these is a transfer offer for him. It's not. They are interested in Bradley Halliday, but I have £5 million, not 21.5. I cannot afford to give you that for Serge Aurier, unfortunately. That's a shame, because if we had the money, I would most definitely go in for him. An email here. Is this an offer for Joel Osoro? It's not. It's an offer for Rico Henry from Arsenal, which I will reject. In fact, I'll reject all future offers for him as well. There's only one player that I'm open to selling on this team, and that is Joel Osoro. Oh, Cologne apparently are interested in him. Put a bid in there, mate. Throw some money on the table. Put your money where your mouth is. Don't just go to the press and be like, oh, we're in talks. You're not in talks because I've not had a bid. I wonder if it says anyone's interested in him on his profile. Let's have a look, shall we? 2 good victories today, though. Where are you? Mr. Joel Osoro. Interest shown by Cologne. Well, bid for him then. Bid for him, please. As things stand then, as we come into this second leg against Rosenborg, with only 4 days of the window to go, I'm going to have to start using Joel Osoro as make weight. Basically, just go for a straight swap with another striker. Now, I'll show you my shortlist again, and you can see the players that I'm looking at, and also bear in mind players that might not also be on this list. You can still add to the list by mentioning them in the comments section. I mean, how are you supposed to make a decision? How are you supposed to make a decision? I've absolutely no idea whatsoever what to do. So I'm going to need your help. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any more. Please help me make this striking decision. And I'll see you tomorrow where that decision will be made.